Up, everybody, and welcome back to another great week of Crack Kills football. We're in the last week before we head back to rivalry games. Let's take a look at the 5 things to watch for as we head into what could be the best week of this season based on these matchups. Get excited. Crack Kills quick hit. Number 1, top of the pops. Unfinished business has led the standings since day one. They have led wire to wire, but that lead faces first jeopardy today as they take on Phil's Fugitives. UB sits at 8-2, Fugitives at 7-3, but with a win, these teams would be tied at 8-3, and the Fugitives would hold the head-to-head tiebreaker. Both teams got off to good starts on Thursday night. UB led by Kyler Murray, the Fugitives by DK Metcalf, and right now the game sits at just a 1-point difference headed into Sunday. Now, a loss by either team wouldn't get them out of the championship race, but with rivalry games coming up and a head-to-head tiebreaker in play, it would be very difficult for either of these teams to bounce back from a loss today. So all eyes will be on UB and Phil's Fugitives to see if one of these teams makes their case as the Crack Kills regular season pennant winner. Quick hit number 2, Seperation Sunday, part 1. The Bags and Flies both sit at 5-5 and are looking to make a move will face off today. The Bags bet on Tom Brady this year and have been reaping the rewards thus far. The Flies, on the other hand, have leaned on Tyreek Hill, league's leader in touchdown receptions, and upstart rookie Chase Claypool, who has had a couple of big games, although the biggest one came on the bench. As Lamar, the keeper, has not quite lived up to the expectations for the Flies this year. He's been good. He just hasn't been the elite quarterback he was in 2019. This one will likely come down to the receiving cores, though, the guys we mentioned before, and tight end could be a sleeper today. Mark Andrews is locked in for Superfly and, of course, matches up with Lamar Jackson for that stack, while the Dimebags play TJ Hawkinson, who in his 2 years has been a sneaky performer, but a streaky one as well, and one that doesn't always show up when he's needed. Hawkinson had a huge game to open the season last year and didn't do anything else the rest of the year. He's been much more consistent this year in year 2, and the Bags will need him today. The winner of this one, of course, moves to 6-5 and a step closer to that playoff spot. Quick hit number 3, Seperation Sunday, part 2. The other huge matchup takes place in Fort Collins today as the Cops travel to take on No Comment. Both teams at this point look to start dual quarterbacks, the Cops getting their first look at Patrick Mahomes since trading for him 2 weeks ago and waiting on his bye week. No Comment currently slots in Big Ben and Carson Wentz, but the mystery for No Comment, could it be Taysom Hill? It will be a game-time decision as Hill was named the Saints starter and offers a dual threat. But can No Comment trust him in his first game? We'll see. The Cops' stout defense is led by possible Defensive Rookie of the Year candidate Jeremy Chin, and defenses could be the difference today. We'll see which one of these teams can pull it off. The Cops probably have a lot more riding on this one after auctioning their future once again this season, but losers, again, is not out of this one, just looking at the rest of the standings. But the winner makes a strong case for the playoffs. Quick hit number 3. Still standing. All Business broke a 4-game losing streak last week and now find themselves back in the playoff picture as they take on King Kwan. The defending champs effectively are out of the playoff race, though, as they lost their 5th straight last week and were big sellers at the trade deadline. But they can play spoiler today. Kwan comes in heavy on running backs with Bradley Chubb, Melvin Gordon, and Ron Jones too. Well, All Business goes receiver heavy, possible tight end heavy, and could lean on Gronk today, looking for a big game out of him. A loss by All Business wouldn't knock them out of the playoffs necessarily, but they would be on their last legs heading into the 3-week rivalry stretch coming up next week. Quick hit number 5, Elimination Game. Just like All Business need a win, Shittown and the Kings are both in the same boat. The Kings won 4 in a row before dropping their last 2 and now see their season in the lurch. Mike Thomas's lack of production has to be the number one thing that has sunk the Kings season, and now they face a potential week 2, 3, maybe 4, and maybe even the rest of the season without Drew Brees, depending on his injuries. Shittown has turned to 2, and things have not gone too poorly for them as he has performed admirably. And the even more surprising part of this game is that, although maybe not this year, Zeke sits on the bench for Shittown. The winner of this one, again, with the standing so tight, is still breathing. The loser, though, might not be. We'll see. Finally, the player to watch today, Mike Evans. Evans has 2 games this year of which stats, pretty impressive. Game 1, 1 catch, 2 yards, a touchdown. He followed that up in week 3 by doing something even better. 2 catches, 2 yards, 2 touchdowns. Insane stat lines. He'll need more of that today, obviously, but Evans has proven to be a red zone target of the highest order, and the Dimebags are going to need him to perform as he does if they want a chance to win today. That's it for Crack Kills Quick Hits for Week 11. Again, this could be the best week of the season. Good luck to everybody this week, except Future Cop.